Welcome. Welcome, Danielle. Welcome. All right. We got a new book. I got this for my birthday from my honey. Well, actually, we got it on a road trip, but I said it was the best birthday ever. So many books. So many lessons. We may have some interruptions. I've got to get my kid to his schoolwork in about 15 minutes. Housing's supposed to be stopping by. All right. So we're going to read from this one because it's my new one. And it really has kind of been helping. So today's May 8th. It said, submitted to Christ. My God, I want to do what you want. Your teachings are in my heart. Psalms 48. Jesus, your teachings are full of purpose. They reflect your good nature. Your perfect character is on display in your law of love. As I look to your instruction, I see that your ways are different than mine. Instead of seeking revenge, you humbly extended forgiveness to all. Instead of pursuing success and riches, you rejected them in favor of being close to the needy and broken. Instead of taking things by force, you peacefully offered your way as an option. When I learn from you and put your law of love into practice, I find that the fruit is sweeter than any I have ever known. Your love satisfies in ways that no amount of worldly success could. Notoriety is fleeting, but a life of honor and purpose no one can take away. Help me submit to my heart to your better way. My God, you are the one I look to in my confusion. I trust you as I submit my life to you once again. I have to believe that you are making something good out of the situations I am walking through. With your help, I will walk in your way of love, finding fulfillment in your nearness and in the fruit of a life submitted to you. I try my best to do that, as we all should. All right, let's pick a scripture here from the Mormons. Let's see, how to be a better person. Let's go to Jacob 2:18 and 19. But before ye seek for riches, seek ye for the kingdom of God. And after ye have obtained a hope in Christ, ye shall obtain riches if ye seek them, and ye will seek them for the intent to do good, to clothe the naked, and to feed the hungry, and to liberate the captive, and administer relief to the sick and the afflicted. Dang. So yeah, same message here. People, be more like Christ, giving, and if you do have riches, then you should seek them to do good with, to clothe the naked, to feed the hungry, to liberate the captive, to help others, not for selfish gain. So if you believe in God and you don't have a lot of money, maybe wonder why. I like to always say there's a reason why I never had money, because I'd probably not do with it what I should do with it. I mean, I get money and I buy Legos and I buy collectibles. What am I gonna do with this stuff when I die? It's gonna go in a heap yard. Is anybody really gonna keep it? Like, it just looks cool. I don't even play with it. I should make little videos for kids, right? Wait. Let's pause this music for a second. And hear our Quran reading.
لقد جاءك الحق من ربك فلا تكونن من الممترين.
That was chapter 10, verse 95. But as we know, it's usually 90, the one before. So we will see what it says. Yes, it's 94, not 95. If thou wert in doubt as to what we have revealed unto thee, then ask those who have been reading the book from before thee. The truth hath indeed come to thee from thy Lord. So be in no wise of those in doubt. If you're doubting any of what is being said, just look at those that came before that believed, truly believed and saw the truth. One of my favorite people to look at is John the Baptist. Actually, he knew and followed what God said before Christ was even born. Like, in the womb, John the Baptist notified Mary and was kicking Miss Elizabeth, who had been barren, by the way, before John was born, and John the Baptist was the only child. A lot of women in the Bible were barren, and their children became major characters in the Bible. From the prophet Samuel to Elizabeth. Let's see, I have them in here. Where is it? Sarah, who begot Abraham. Rebecca, who begot Isaac. Rachel, who begot Jacob. Samson's mother. Hannah, which was Samuel's mother. Elizabeth, who was John's mother in the New Testament. And then it kind of steers away from the women. Boys playing the sad violins in the background. We got a phone call. Let's listen to what God has to say. The rest of God. I led you. The way is clear. Go forward unafraid. I am beside you. Listen. Listen. Listen to my voice. My hand is controlling all. Remember that I can work through you better when you are at rest. Go very slowly, very quietly from one duty to the next, taking time to rest and pray between. Do not be too busy. Take all in order as I say. The rest of God is in a realm beyond all man's activities. Venture there often, and you will indeed find peace and joy. All work that results from resting with God is miracle work. Claim the power to work miracles, both of you. Know that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Nay, more, know that you can do all things through Christ who rests you. Even Christ rested in death. Even God rested with us. Created all things and then took time to spend with us and rest with us. That resting time is important so that we aren't subjected to burnout, to fatigue. We have illnesses like chronic fatigue now. Why? Because we don't take time to rest. Our Bhagavad Gita today says, a person is said to be elevated in yoga when, having renounced all material desires, he neither acts for sense gratification nor engages in fruitive activities. One must deliver himself with the help of his mind and not degrade himself. The mind is the friend of the conditioned soul and his enemy as well. Those are two different verses. One is referring, once we don't care about this material stuff and we don't engage in fruitive activities. Fruitive as in like something is coming out of this. It's not unproductive, it's productive, it's fruitive. Even when we disengage from those, that is when we become elevated. And one must deliver himself from the help of his mind and not degrade himself. The mind is the friend of the conditioned soul and his enemy as well. Even God's scriptures say, don't talk bad about yourself. And the energies, if we put out negative energy, that's what we're going to feel. If we think negatively about ourselves, that's how we're going to feel. Again, we draw back to, we have these things like depression and anxiety and all these mental health conditions that weren't there 200, 600 years ago, They didn't have names for them. That's because at one point, some of these people were considered prophets and special people. They had communications from other things. Now they're just labeled as being wrong and they're giving medication to help their symptoms. It's because we were told that it was bad. Our mind is created for us to live our bigger life. In 1 Corinthians, our verse of the day is 1 Corinthians 2:9. However, as it is written, no eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind has conceived what God has prepared for those who love him. We can't even fathom what our greater purpose is in life. Like, I've asked so long, God, just show me what my purpose is. Let me know what I'm supposed to do, because I just like to get it done so I can be back with you. And the answer I get is just a little bit at a time. Like headlights in the car in the dark. When you're driving along, you only get to see a small portion. We can't even, if we could see more, we would not be able to focus on what we need to do now. Kids look forward to Christmas, Disneyland, summer vacations. They imagine how great those things could be. Christians look forward to heaven and dream of seeing the Lord face to face, reunited with those we love that have gone home to the Lord before us and sharing in the glory. But it does. Life does make us lose focus. We can't begin to imagine the great things that God has prepared for us without the Spirit's help. They are far more glorious than anything we can dream or imagine. What if we get to heaven and it's not like what they told us? Ever think of that? Like, what if it's completely different? We couldn't have even... It says we can't fathom the plan. Like, I try to imagine, like, I have experienced this amazing feeling. I used to have seizures. I haven't had them in quite some time. But, I had this really bad one time, and I heard this voice saying, just let go. And when I finally did let go and stopped fighting, I just floated in this black inkiness. And I've met other people that have said that they've like experienced death, like they died for a moment, and that is what they experienced, just this black floating inkiness. Like people say, I went towards the light. Well, but God, the Spirit of God was above the void, in the void, in the very beginning. Like, wouldn't we go back to God in the very beginning? The essence of God. It just felt so peaceful and calm. What if that is heaven? Not these pearly gates and golden streets. And I mean, I remember a place like that, but what if it's not that, you know? What if it is not like anything that they have ever told us? We cannot even fathom. No eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind has conceived. These kids, so they're far more glorious than anything we dream or imagine. So it lets anticipation being surprised the glory, and live till then with passion for the cause of the kingdom. But anyway, these kids, they get all hyped up about Disneyland and Christmas and summer vacations, and then it comes, right? And they're disappointed. So why do we build it up? Why do we build it up? We should just enjoy life now. And that's my timer. We're going to pause up for a moment, and I'm going to go get this kid on his schoolwork. Alright, we are back. Wolfie. Alright, let's see what our stoic has to say. Well, this month is the discipline of action. Of course it would be. Good and evil, look at your choices. Where is good? Oh, hold on, let me turn this music down a little bit. Where is good? In our reasoned choices. Where is evil? In our reasoned choices. Where is that which is neither good nor evil? In the things outside of our own reasoned choices. Epictetus. Today, as things happen and you find yourself wondering what they all mean, as you find yourself contemplating various decisions, remember, the right thing to do always comes from our reasoned choice. Not whether something is rewarded, not whether something will succeed, but whether it is the right choice. Epictetus's dictum helps us cut through all this with clarity and confidence. Is something good or bad? Is this right or wrong? Ignore everything else. Focus only on your choices. We read through our prophet. What book are we going to read next? Let's read from the Hermetica. The being of Atom. And you know what? Soon we're just going to do a whole day that it's just the Hermetica. All right. So our daily Torah reading is Leviticus 19. through 32. He's speaking about moral and ceremonial laws. You shall do no injustice in judgment. You shall not be partial to the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty. In righteousness you shall judge your neighbor. Most of our judges are swayed by money. Sadly. You shall not go about as a talebearer among your people, nor shall you take a stand against the life of your neighbor. I am the Lord. Meaning, don't go talking about your neighbor, and don't be taking a stand against your neighbor. You shall not hate your brother in your heart. You shall surely rebuke your neighbor and not bear sin because of him. You shall not take vengeance nor bear any grudge against the children of your people, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord. You shall keep my status. You shall not let your livestock breed with another kind. You shall not sow your field with mixed seed, nor shall a garment of mixed linen and wool come upon you. Whoever lies carnally with a woman who is betrothed to a man as a concubine, and who has not at all been redeemed nor given her freedom, for this there shall be scourging, but they shall not be put to death, because she was not free. And he shall bring his trespass offering to the Lord to the door of the tabernacle of meeting. And then he would be forgiven. And when you come into the land and have planted all kinds of trees for food, then you shall count their fruit as uncircumcised. 3 years it shall be uncircumcised to you. It shall not be eaten. Don't eat the native fruit for 3 years, it says. In the 4th year all its fruit shall be holy. And in the 5th year you may eat its fruit, that it may yield to you its increase. shall not eat anything with the blood, nor shall you practice divination or soothsaying. You shall not shave around the sides of your head, nor shall you disfigure the edges of your beard. There's a lot of laws back then. We got a lot of laws today, too. How do we remember them all? You shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor tattoo any marks on you. Do not prostitute your daughter to cause her to be a harlot, lest the land fall into harlotry, and land become full of wickedness. You shall keep my Sabbath, and reverence my sanctuary. Give no regard to mediums and familiar spirits. Do not seek after them to be defiled by them. You shall rise before the gray-headed, and honor the presence of an old man, and fear your God. Meaning respect your elders. And if a stranger dwells with you in your land, you shall not mistreat him. Be kind to your guests. And the stranger who dwells among you shall be to you as one born among you, and you shall love him as yourself, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. You shall do no injustice in judgment in measure of length, weight, or volume. And then it's the penalties. I told you, Leviticus is all about their laws, the Jewish laws. And then we're reading into Psalms 55 through 59. Trust in God concerning the treachery of friends. Give ear to my prayer, O God, and do not hide yourself from my supplication. Oh, that I had wings like a dove. Cast your burden on the Lord, and he shall sustain you, and he shall never permit the righteous to be moved. Psalms 56, prayer for relief from tormentors. You number my wanderings, put my tears into your bottle. Are they not in your book? In God I have put my trust. I will not be afraid. What can man do to me? Psalms 57, prayer for safety from enemies. 58 is the just judgment of the wicked. 59, the assured judgment of the wicked. All right. I don't have my headphones. I don't remember where they are, actually. They need to be charged anyway. So... we're just gonna do an acapella version. I made my grandpa cry with this song. Here we go. This one. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas 'twas grace that taught my heart to feel, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Tis grace hath brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. The Lord has promised good to me, His word my hope secures. He will my shield and portion be, as long as life endures. Yea, when this flesh and heart shall fail, and mortal life has ceased, I shall possess within the veil a life of joy and peace. The earth shall soon dissolve like snow, the sun forbear to shine, but God who called me here below will be forever mine. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we'd first begun. That was all the original lyrics that were published by John Newton in 1779. And then the anonymous unknown published it again in 1829. Those are the original lyrics to Amazing Grace. I hope you all have a wonderful day. We will be back in a little bit to do a Lego. My honey got me also a Stitch Lego. If you follow me on Facebook, you will see the pictures. I got to take a picture of Hey Hey now fully put together. But I got Hey Hey and I got Stitch, and I put Hey Hey together last night with my honey as we watched Black Mirror. That was cool because it was about a game, and Black Mirror just blows my mind. I'm telling you. The Elders of Mount Zion, they got something right. Something. Until next time, blessings unto you, and be a blessing unto someone else. That is the message today, folks. Be kind. Use your gifts to help others, just as Christ helped us. And Buddha and Gandhi and all those other wonderful messengers of God.